Welcome, Wargamers, to a War of Hordes Batrep double dose. All right, we're gonna play 2 games. So this is the first game, so if you've already watched the second game, silly you. So anyways, here with Dave, kind of becoming a MiniWarGaming regular.
Yeah, I love it here. It's a lot of fun.
So do I. But anyways, so I just started playing Hordes, and you you played War Machine for a little bit, haven't you?
I dabbled. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I got sick of having my trolls shot to death as I moved in the field, so I picked a really shooty War Machine faction. I haven't played Retribution aside. Yeah. I haven't played him much, but here's a chance. Oh,
so you brought Ret and Trolls.
Yeah.
And I brought Skorne and Signar. It's kind of weird how we
flop around, yeah. We're taking turns with the focus versus fury mechanic and swapping back and forth.
So we're gonna flip it around. So we haven't decided. I'm gonna do Hordes first, and you can do your War Machine.
War Machine.
And then we'll flip it, and I'll do War Machine, you do Hordes.
Let's do it.
More familiar. So yeah, wish us luck, and yeah. 35 points of Skorne is led up by Hexorus. We'll have a new caster soon. Stay tight. But we have a Gladiator and a Cannoneer, min unit of the Beast Handlers, an Agonizer, Feralgeist, and a max unit of Gatorman Posse. That's your 35 points of Skorne. Then we have Raven for Retribution, or caster, and she has in her battle group the Phoenix, Heavy Warjack. Then we have a Heavy Assault Rifle team with Ghost Archer, or Ghost Sniper beside him. We have a Mage Hunter Assassin, and then moving across the board we have some Stormfall Archers. And to finish off the list, of course, it's Ret, so they have the Mage Hunter Strike Force with UA. And yes, so deployment, we did flank deployment, and so we kind of overlap in the middle a bit, but we're kind of pushed to the side, so it kind of makes you kind of have the option to circle around each other a little bit. And then we're going to play a shrinking kill box, and so it's going to be 12 inches, and then every turn after that it's going to go down to 14 and 16, so we're going to be forced to the middle to fight each other. So yeah, that's going to happen. So first turn, Ret, the Mage Hunter Strike Force, runs up as quickly as possible. With their first turn, they're going to be able to be much, much closer. And then, through Arc Node of the Phoenix, cast Snipe on them, and then cast Vortex of Destruction on herself. Raven does. And then charges on one of my Heavy War Beasts, and is able to charge up on top of that hill. And as their activation. Then the Heavy Sniper team, the little sight rifle. It's like a big cannon rifle, it's crazy. And the sniper, they move up. Everyone's just running, getting into position for when the Skorne move up into range next turn. So turn 1 Skorne, well, we're not gonna sit back. So we run up as fast as we can with the Gatorman. And what's interesting is that they can actually charge and... Nope. Okay, so that was me trying to cast Rush twice from the Gladiator, which you can't do. So I cast instead Rush just once on the Cannoneer, and then Rile and charge forward. So charge forward 7 inches. And so there's that. And then the Cannoneer walks forward 6 inches. Rush makes such a huge difference. And then takes a pot shot. And so they do have stealth, even though they're in the forest, doesn't even matter. And it does scatter, and it hits 2 of them. So I boost damage on both, rolling them just quick succession here, and I am able to kill 2 of them, which is a nice little victory for me. And then I Rile for 1. And yes. Then the Agonizer runs up, and, well, he doesn't do anything because he's there. And then the Beast Handlers also just kind of get in position, and then Hexorus decides to move up. And first order of business is to cast Death March on the Gatorman, which gives them Vengeance and +2 to Mat. And then he casts Soul Slave on the Cannoneer, so he becomes Arc Node and doesn't have to take frenzy checks. And puts a couple in the Agonizer, keeps 1 for himself for transfers. Turn 2 Ret, the Mage Hunter Strike Force decided to just stand still because they have Snipe, they have range 16, and they ignore line of sight and everything. They don't ignore elevation though, that's the only thing. But he was still able to hit. I think he missed it once, but he's just picking off all of my support solo, or my support unit, which is very sad because that's what makes Skorne actually awesome, is with those Beast Handlers. And so very surgically taking up my army here. It's pretty good. And shooting at Agonizer does a couple damage, continuing to shoot with the rest of them do as much damage as he can, but he is armor 16, defense 15 on the hill. That's why they decided to stand still and shoot. But he has 8 boxes, so he is a little bugger to take out. And he is still alive. But then the Mage Hunter Assassin decides to charge, and of course with a 4-inch melee range on the charge, doesn't have to even get that close. And with Decapitation, easily destroys the Agonizer. Next, shooting with the big sniper rifle, he misses just by 1. Sad day. But then Raven activates, hot swap snipe onto the Stormfall archers, and then walks up and then casts a cloud effect. I don't remember exactly the name of the spell, but it's a 3-inch cloud, and so prevent any kind of shooting or charging from the Gatorman. And then takes a shot at one of the Gatormen. The Stormfall archers activate and then take a shot, and do manage it. Yeah, it was 6 to hit, and the Gatormen also use Dirge of Mists last turn, by the way. They can use their prayer. So the second one attacks, but first we resolve the blast damage from the first one because we forgot to. No damage there. And the second one is out of range, so it deviates all the way back and hits the back Gator, but no damage with armor 16. They're still pretty beefy. And then the last one, deviating, goes backwards, doesn't hit anything. And then the one last is in range, hits, and does lots of damage, but just barely doesn't kill another one of those Gators. Both down to 1 hit point, but this means that it also doesn't proc Vengeance. So with Vengeance not being able to be in the play, I won't get that extra movement, and actually will be able to kill less, so it was good for him. And so here we are going into Skorne turn 2.